everybody. Just wanted to send a little reminder that tomorrow, depending on where you're at, depending on your city, your location, your country, we will be having a live conference call for David Crowley Questions. This is a conference call for the Justice for David Crowley and Family Facebook group. So if you are a member and you'd like to join in this live call and maybe ask some questions or share your own thoughts about this case, as long as it's relevant to the purpose of the group, I look forward to hearing from anybody that wants to either call in. I'll send you the live call in, or if you want to just hang out in our live chat room, you can do that too. Post any questions or any comments there, and I'll try to make sure that we get to them all. It does look like we're going to have a full schedule, basically. So I want to try to give everybody a chance to share their own views, share their own thoughts, ask any questions, and we're going to have Steven Sanzarian with us. He's we're going to get his fresh take about this case, and he's got quite the history, and he's looked into other cases, and we've talked about looking into many cases, but he's going to be with us. He is a former cop, a former private investigator, and a former bounty hunter, so hoping to get his fresh take on this case and hear what he thinks. I sent him my book, so hopefully he'll have time to go through that. I've sent him all of the documents. I don't expect him to have time to go through all of those documents. Maybe he can, but only within a couple days here. So we'll see. I think he's going to have a lot of questions that group members can also help out with. I'm going to have my book on handy just in case, because I use my book as crib notes to just kind of, whenever I'm thinking of something. And that was the whole purpose of my book, was to use it like that. Instead of having to flip through thousands of pages, hundreds of pages of documents, I tried to put as much of that stuff in my book with the sources in the back of the book, so if I needed to find out more, I could quickly do that. That is the purpose of the group, and I can tell you just within the last couple weeks, I've been using that book for that purpose, and I continue to. So anybody can get my book, The Gray Stage by Greg Fernandez Jr. You can download it free. Physical copies can be ordered through lulu.com, and I really hope that it helps. I hope it helps with your research, and I hope it helps show that there really is no proof that David Crowley is guilty. Why did the police close this case, or it was exceptionally cleared? Same thing, whatever you want to call it, but it's really not closed. It's really not a closed case. So we'll see where that goes. I have reached out again to the Apple Valley Police, and I'm still looking for the image from January 17th, 2015 that shows, without a shadow of a doubt, a bullet hole in the living room ceiling. So I had contacted them in January, maybe February, and then when the whole COVID thing happened, I haven't contacted them since then because of the COVID. But now that all that's kind of winding down and settling down, I have reached out to them to see what the status is on that, and I don't expect them to get back to me without me constantly doing that, unfortunately. But if that's what has to be done, then that's what has to be done. They claim that there is a photo from January 17th, from the day that the bodies were found, that shows that there was a bullet hole in the living room ceiling. All that I've asked for is that photo. The first time I asked for it, they sent me a photo of the basement ceiling. The second time I asked for it, they sent me a photo of the living room bullet hole of the living room ceiling, but it was from February 18th, 1 month later. So third strike here is what we're looking at. So I hope that this time they can actually come through with the simple request of finding one photo and sending it off to me. That's it. The photo is mentioned, the existence of such a photo is mentioned in the police reports. I've cited everything, I've given them everything, trying to make it as easy for them as possible to just go back into those files, find that image, or contact the police officer who said that such an image existed, and just go with it. So, anyways, tomorrow, October 3rd, we are going to have our next live conference call for the David Crowley questions, and I hope you all will come back here to the same channel. There, you can set your reminder now, which I think is a good idea, depending on your time zone, depending on what country you're in. The date might be different than October 3rd, obviously. So that will be at 8 p.m. Because it's kind of late, I'm going to try to keep this one short. Our first conference call that we ever did went like close to it might have went over 5 hours. It was 4.5 hours or 5.5 hours, but it was long. It was a good chat. So this one will definitely not go that long. I can assure you of that. That's not going to happen. But I would like to go at least 90 minutes to 2 hours and kind of keep it at that, kind of cut it off. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what topics people want to cover, who wants to join. I want to make sure everybody gets some time so that they can participate, contribute into the conference call as much as possible. I'm really bad at that stuff, so I'm going to really try to work on getting better at that, making sure everybody gets some time to call in and to say whatever they want. We'll try to get to the chat room. The chat room can be a big challenge when we have people on the call and then you have a live chat. So I don't want the live chat to feel like they're in a whole another world. The goal is, the challenge is to try to merge the live chat with the people that are able to physically call in. So I hope to see you all there, and a few things, a few topics. We got a couple topics. Maybe we'll even get to David Crowley's script too. I'd like to get back into that. I think I've done 3 parts on that and barely touched the surface. The latest podcast just came out, episode 9. So we're finally done with the living room. Pages 41 through 43, 49 in my book. So now that that's done, we'll be moving on to the kitchen, and there will be a lot to discuss. We kind of talked a little bit about some of the stuff in that kitchen, but a lot of the kitchen will be focused on the laptop, and so we'll go from there. Very important to note that police found no motive, and they found Kamel's blood was on the laptop, and that's about it. They really don't know who wrote anything on that laptop. So, could have been anybody. Now you would say, well, more than likely it was David's. More than likely it should have been David's, but that's not proving it. I mean, if you have a triple homicide, then there's a pretty high probability that it was not David who wrote that. Another important thing is to know what date and what time that was actually written on too. So these are very important things, and I'm looking forward to hearing people chat and getting people's views on this case. We want to keep it civil. This isn't about me trying to prove anybody else right or wrong, and so I hope everybody will do that same thing too, and just let people talk whatever they want to say. And that's it. We'll keep it civil. We've never really had any problems, any issues. We had a former member, thank God, is no longer a member of the group. She called David's brother a fag, and I didn't. I was able to, in the replay, I was able to take that out. I think that's one. I don't know if that one probably didn't air live, because or else I wouldn't have been able to take it out. But I was able to take that one part out, and things like that. We're not going to tolerate that type of crap. So Let's keep it civil. Let's keep it factual. Let's focus on the documents. Nothing wrong with having your own view. Hey, I think this. I think this. You know, tell me what you think, and I'll tell you what I know. God bless you all. And until then.